Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Day 3 of the YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about bottom-up approach versus top-down approach, what that means, how we are applying that right now within Dotflow when it comes to trying to secure customers, and the pros and cons of it. But yeah, today was a good day. We had some good progress on the dev side, and then we also had some good progress on the outreach side, and we're going to be onboarding a few new users next week.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was a good day. It was a good Thursday, and got good crunch of work done and along with some workout. But yeah, just to start off, what is a top-down approach and a bottom-up approach?
Sure. So a top-down approach is when you are outreaching, you're trying to sell to or get in touch with the top executives at the company, so the people in the C-suite. In our case, that would be the VP of sales. For other companies, it's going to be different depending on what they're selling. It's really the highest person in the line of command who can make the decision. The bottom-down approach is when you are outreaching to, let's say, the sales development representative. And in our case, that's going to be the person who's going to be at the bottom of the totem pole within the sales structure. So there's two ways you should be thinking about this when you're thinking about whether or not you go top or bottom up or top down approach. I personally like going top down approach because I think, and we're still figuring this out to be clear, to be frank. But I would say going down top-down approach allows you to try to get in touch with people who are going to actually know what the big pain points of the organization that can make the trigger whether or not they buy your software or not. But then I'll say on the bottom-up approach, you'll have probably a better likelihood for these early adopters to be champions for the software. When you can go right to them, they might pay out of pocket, they might pay with little company money, and then they can then go to the VP of sales or whoever it might be and basically make a case for you. I saw that today actually when I had a conversation with someone who had that same situation happen where he's not necessarily a decision maker, but people who weren't at the decision making level started using this one platform that would place specialized videos within the content of the message and make it easy for them to do that. And basically those people championed it up to the people who were making decisions, and that led to the company buying the software. But yeah, that was a long explanation.
Yeah, the one way I try to look at this is how with top-down approach, I feel it's also like a big volumes game because all these VPs of sales are probably receiving tons of other messages from many other companies out there, be it your competitors or some other players for some other solution that they are selling. With bottom approach, I feel it's more of a time game where now when you did reach that initial person who's not a decision maker, for him to actually bring the case up to a decision maker might just add like a lot of time. So there's an advantage and a disadvantage I feel at both places. In the top-down approach, advantage being
Can you go more into the time thing that you're talking about?
yeah. So for the time thing in the bottom-up approach, time things becomes a disadvantage. So if I am reaching out to a sales development representative, but my actual decision maker who would actually pay for my software is VP of sales, now for that process to go from SDR, which is a sales development representative, then maybe to his manager and then to VP of sales might just be like weeks or months long process.
Sure.
But if you hit the top down right, if you get that right person, you might just get a decision right there maybe and you close in a week.
Yeah.
We actually saw this with one of our customers as well, where it takes a bit longer than directly if you are reaching out to that top person who would be making the decision. I think again both carry their advantages and disadvantages. But in an ideal world, if all the decision makers are listening, are getting your messages and listening, probably that's the best way to go about it. But again, that's not the case. Everyone's reaching out to the same top people out there. Just to add like one small example, not entirely from like a sales perspective, but when I used to look for research opportunities, I saw bottom-up approach worked for me, where I used to reach out to the PhD students and then they would forward it to the profs out there. But that took a lot of time. There were some cases where profs are reaching directly to the heads of the research labs work, but it's just like a similar kind of situation. But yeah.
And I would say the last point that we'll make, and we'll wrap this up with the different approaches, it also really depends on the size of company that you're reaching out to. So for example, if it's a large company, then yeah, that top-down approach might be really difficult, where you need those champions. But if it's a growing SMB, where they might only have the director of sales and a few other people working under them, I think that's a good shot when you can go right top-down strategy rather than bottom-up strategy. So I think it also always depends on who your ideal customer profile is, which is something that we've learned a lot about, the importance of really narrowing down on that ICP and really digging into it on your strategy. And I think it just provides more focus and you're able to move faster. But do you have anything else, Nick, before we end it?
Yeah, I think it was a good day, learned some new things, and all pumped up for a great Friday.
Yeah.
Gonna get some more work done, get some more.
Definitely. Yeah, we have some big deadlines coming up on our end. We are onboarding a few new potential customers on Monday, so we have a big push right now. And yeah, we'll leave it at this. We'll update you guys tomorrow, but I appreciate you guys listening to the YouTube channel. Serve to build, serve to build. Where the core thesis of why I started this channel is to show other aspiring entrepreneurs or people who might be entrepreneurs themselves, just learn from two guys who just graduated college who are trying to get this thing off the ground, and we want to just share our story with you.
And we are learning as well. Everything that we just said is just through the experience that we've been seeing, and the things that we might say might change over the time as the product evolves. But yeah, everyone's learning here, so it's a great way to just convey it.
For sure. Cool. Well, we'll catch you guys next time. Really appreciate the views if you guys come across this, and feel free to comment, like, and share with your friends.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. See you next one. Peace.